of developing a consensus of black opinion. So what we are saying to Mr. Reagan, we don't believe that Jimmy Carter's black clique was honest with him. They went and told Carter what they wanted him to hear. They didn't tell him what black America wanted him to hear.
Does President Reagan want to build bridges to blacks? The first hint to the correct answer to that question was a conference initiated by this man, Dr. Henry Lucas, and sponsored by the Institute for Contemporary Studies, a part of the Reagan-aligned Hoover Institution, which claims Ed Meese as a director and President Reagan as a founder. Dr. Lucas was appointed president of the California State Board of Dental Examiners by Reagan when he was governor.
When we conceived this conference, we conceived it with the idea that if someone did not give President-elect Reagan some other alternative, that he was going to be forced to do business with the same old crowd, and that would have been disastrous for him. And so we conceived putting on this conference. This conference has exceeded my wildest imagination. There are many of us out there who want to re-examine the old solutions that have failed. And there are many of us out there who have these feelings but have maybe been afraid to speak out because we're going to be ostracized by the quote-unquote leadership such as the Jacksons, etc. So it's one of my...
They want to ostracize. Let's say y'all ostracize us, ostracize me. This is way back in, in the 80s. 82 or 80, whatever.
And that's going to be very important in what happened not only in America, but in Black America in terms of our coming together from within to solve our problems.
No one admitted or denied the fact that the conference was the Reagan administration's early attempt to get in touch with the kind of black thinking that will create policy. A growing number of blacks, not just black Republicans, are questioning the white liberal and civil rights orthodoxy customarily associated with minorities. Judging from the initiatives of the Reagan administration,
they were questioning back then, questioning the House niggas, the white liberal Democrat shit. Yeah, everybody tired of it. People are tired of that shit. We tired of y'all niggas. See, but at this point, all us who were kids, 8 years old, unfortunately for y'all liberals, y'all the ones who introduced crack cocaine. You're like, well, what is that? You yourself said you didn't get hooked, you never used it. Yeah, exactly. But it changed our whole culture. Meaning, that's where I get all this. It's like, okay, I ain't even finna fucking deal. See, that's the problem. They tried to talk to me. I would have dealt with any enemy. I ain't finna fucking talk to you. It's over with. Getting tired of talking to you. I'm serious, Is that, well, isn't that a trust me? It's coming. It's coming. Keep it up. It's coming. Not even keep it up. At this point, it's too late.
help reshape the role of government on minority
It's over. Y'all done. It's over with.
And we hope that how we act will benefit Black American. Reagan's interest in the results of the conference was reflected in the fact that he sent his top aide. In his formal remarks before the conference on black leadership and alternatives, Meese compared an earlier meeting with the old line civil rights leaders and those blacks at the San Francisco conference. He said, the difference between that meeting and this conference here is that they were talking about the last 10 years and the ideas of the last 10 years. You're talking about the ideas of the next 10 years. One of the allegations made against President Reagan by the blacks who were supporting President Carter, then President Carter, was that if President Reagan did,
what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, you represented Jose with Jesse. No, nigga, ain't no. Okay, yeah, you all right. I just put it like that. That's all I'll say. You know what that is? Yeah, I laugh like that. Remember, I've been told you. I'm laughing like this. You in trouble? Okay. Yeah, all right, there. That's what's up.
and did balance the budget, that he would do so on the backs of the poor.
Well, nothing could be farther from the truth. The one thing that Ronald Reagan has said from the start is that in his presidency, the budget will not be balanced at the expense of poor people, whether they be black, white, or whatever background they might come from. And I think that certainly has been true so far. Programs for the needy have a very high, if not the highest, priority with this administration. At the same time, I think everyone would agree, or most people would agree at least, that where there is fraud, where there is waste, where there is abuse, no matter who it's committed by, that it isn't proper for taxpayers' dollars to be used to support that kind of extravagance, that kind of waste. And so it's a matter really of making sure that the dollars that the taxpayers allocate to help the truly needy, those people who cannot help themselves, are used for that purpose and not used for illegitimate purposes.
Government over the past 20 or 30 years has destroyed more than twice as much housing as it's built. When they want to build a highway to let people come in from the suburbs, they build it through the low-income neighborhoods. They don't tear down Beverly Hills in order for people to watch to go drive through and get to their jobs. They don't tear down Malibu for the same reason. They tear down Harlem, they tear down the black neighborhoods in Washington so people can come in from Maryland to work faster. So that the government in many areas makes things far worse for blacks than they were before.
Does government exploit black people?
Well, in the sense that they use poor people sort of as a stalking horse to get programs started. We're going to do this or that for the benefit of the poor. And it's true that initially there'll be a few crumbs for the poor, but then the program balloons up to 10 times.
They had some nerd just ride by on a bike, I think so. He must have turned the corner. He said so, but yeah, they got the little nerd or the fuck niggas riding through. Like I said, you on a bike, bitch, nigga. You on a fucking bike. Yeah, so you know, what's another thing I'm thinking? They go into the LBJ thing to I think they finna do it. Look, she just turned her head. Yeah, she did. You know, so that's what I'm saying. So you see what I'm talking about? So somebody just rolled by on a bike, and you see who finna get fucked up? These two idiots. See what I'm saying? But that's your average white libtard for you. Democrats. They gonna get fucked up. They let somebody else ride by and piss me off. I come back, I just happen to look, and what do you see? So somebody who gonna get the wrath, these two idiots. You know, it's like, you see what I'm saying? They're fucking stupid. But that's what, do you want these type of people that are that stupid to throw themselves? Because when I opened the gate, you saw she started rubbing her hair and shit. I opened the gate, you know, like she's doing something. Like she got caught. Because they didn't expect me to open the gate. I wouldn't have did that if old boy didn't ride by on a bike. Ain't no way, what I'm saying is, you're not going to, that's a dummy mission. That's what I call a dummy mission. You're not going to send me on a dummy mission. Yeah, hey, go around, you know, to where, I don't know what they call me, the target or whatever. He's still out there in his back, you know, whatever. This is not a backyard, you know, his back, whatever, area, porch. Go, you know, we had another operative, you know, one of ours, we had another, he just rolled by and he says, So you two go by and say, but I happened to open the gate. So I guess they was gonna walk by, and you know what I think, they was gonna walk by and start talking to each other loud too, because they're mad about me showing the video. And but instead, I opened the gate, and now all of a sudden, just like that, yeah, this dummy said, everybody, all of a sudden, everybody's just walking up this street. This is like the business tonight. Monday night is the busiest street. But I think what's going on. I think they're gonna do some kind of ceremony at LBJ's. That's why they told me that. Literally, it's like they're like, we gonna do it. So that's why today, oh, we're gonna see LBJ. Literally, that LBJ, the president. I'll have these niggas voting. Yeah, they're gonna do some kind of witchcraft ceremony there. I believe I did. That's a fact. I think that's what they're gonna do. Well, I don't know that's a fact, but I know they're going. But it's like, I don't know, because it's supposed to be after. They're going in December. That's after the election. But I guess they know they're gonna lose. So this is supposed to be, maybe some kind of ceremony to whatever. I don't know. These folks are crazy. But it's a good thing. That means that they know they're gonna lose. That's why they're setting up this so-called free tour that, the person I know just won. Elvis to go see.
Benefit of the poor. And it's true that initially there'll be a few crumbs for the poor, but then the program balloons up to 10 times the original size. And most of those other 90% turn out to be people who aren't poor at all. In New York City, for example, the open enrollment policy at the municipal colleges was justified on the grounds that poor blacks and Hispanics needed to get into these schools. And under that grounds, they opened up the colleges without regard to qualifications. The net result was a few.
You see, there go more people. More people walking by. It's just like today, tonight. I'll be out here all night. If exactly, I gotta ignore that shit. I'll be out. I never get to. Everybody's just walking up this street.
Hispanics got in, and an enormous number of people who were neither black nor Hispanic nor poor were able to pull out of NYU, where they were paying some very high tuition, out of Long Island University, which had to close down a whole campus because of the withdrawals, and they enrolled at the taxpayers' expense in the municipal colleges. This game has been played many times with many programs. But this is for the poor. When it's all over, someone else has got the money.
One of the traditional civil rights leaders, I think the head of the NAACP, after a meeting with a group of other blacks and President Reagan, said that President Reagan said that he would defend civil rights, quote, even at the edge of the bayonet or something to that effect.
Right.
I'm gonna
Is that
watch.
an accurate
It's gonna
statement,
be the
and what do you
last
feel
one I
the president
watch.
had in mind when he said that?
Well, I was there at the meeting, and he said that he would defend civil rights to the point of a bayonet if necessary. And what he was saying is that the law enforcement and, in effect, the power of government should be used to protect the civil rights of any individual against those who would encroach upon those civil rights. Let me say this about Ronald Reagan. He has a record of opposing prejudice and bigotry that goes all the way back to his boyhood, through college, through his work in sports, as a sports broadcaster, and in the movies, and obviously since that time as he entered political life. And so there's no doubt in my mind that he will probably be one of the most active defenders of civil rights as a president of anyone we've ever had. And he will not hesitate at all to use the full powers of his office for any citizen where someone is attempting to deprive that person of his or her civil rights.
What happens now? And if I may quote the eloquent Percy Sutton again, we have an opportunity. Thank you. Despite the attacks on blacks who support new solutions to the problems of the black...
They tried to this. I would say that's what they were mad about. And like I said, what it seems to me from, obviously I was young. I didn't pay attention to Reagan. All I know about him is from Saturday Night Live. I'm talking about the 80s, the real Saturday Night Live, Well, Nancy, I can kind of do that, but that's because of, that's what I know. But as far from what I'm seeing is, like I know as a man, he really was like that. And it has nothing to do with racism or anything. It's just like the same reason I'm doing what I'm doing to you. I don't love white people like that, or this and that, but I just don't like anybody trying to. And I know I can do something about it. Like do it. I'm telling you that's, I learned as a kid, high school. Okay. Oh, you think you could do him like? And I ain't got nothing to do with it, right? I ain't even got no. Okay, do that to me then. And you ain't gonna do. And I know exactly. Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. I got chills right there. Exactly. I just said, okay, try this shit with me then. Like nah. Don't worry about it, man. He don't owe me nothing, and we ain't got to be friends now. Ain't you? No, I just don't. I don't even like that. I don't even know the nigga that's trying it with you. But sometimes no, it ain't even. Oh, I had to stand up. Liberal stuff. I had to. No, it just you just don't. Y'all don't under. That's what I'm saying. That's why I kept telling you. You don't understand. You're gonna lose. There's no way you're gonna beat us. It's human nature. You were born a loser. That's why you're mad. You don't understand what motivates us. You really don't. You thought you spied on me and watched me and spied on us. I don't care how much spying you do, whatever technology you get, even if you think you could know what I'm thinking, you don't know the behind you. There's no way. You can't win. You can't win. It's impossible for you to win. No, don't never say that. No. History. Yeah, that's why you're a loser. You can't win because it's in you. You're going to fuck yourself up because you're going to be too, like I said, you're worried about being jealous. You're worried about this. All I got to do is do anything I like. And to make it so I don't even have to do extravagant stuff. I don't have to go buy I can just go buy something for $2 that makes me happy. And you're going to lose your mind. See what I'm saying? So there's nothing you can do. The only thing, y'all, that's what I'm saying. That's why you had to try to, bankrupt or whatever. But you didn't realize I would go work for $5.20 an hour. You didn't realize that. And then once I did that, I didn't understand, like, why are y'all so upset? I'm making $40 after 8 hours. All I got is $40. And this is in the this is still the 2000s. Everybody else making, after, a week, I'm making barely 200. I'm making, barely that much. But y'all couldn't even stand that. And that's a good thing.
Despite the attacks on blacks who support new solutions to the problems of the black and poor communities, the number of blacks who dissent from the customary white liberal and professional black leader solutions is increasing. And they represent a cross-section of professions and political persuasions. Results and power have more meaning to them than racist rhetoric and campaigns to promote mass hysteria.
But anyway, let's watch this video.
Carrie Lake is incredible. She's incredible. She's tough. She's smart.
Scott Jennings on CNN. He's actually a sane person on CNN. It's weird and refreshing. But every now and again, they have to show some...
This dude, yeah, this is what I said. You see people, this Ruben, he try to act like he want. You're like, well, why? Because, that's witchcraft. They've been, remember, 2-3 weeks ago, they kept weird. Trump is weird. Vance is weird. JD, they're trying, no, he didn't just say that out the blue. He's one of them. He's a witch. But let's see what he's talking about.
Ballpark sane on there.
Yeah, subliminal. It's the gaslight. Yeah, they're weird. It wants you to feel uneasy. That's what I was just talking about. So you stop being a winner, but it doesn't work. It doesn't, because I keep telling y'all, you're not going to win like that. You can't cheat. Cheaters never prosper. You're not going to subliminally put that weird. So now I feel, we're weird. We feel weird when you're around. No, we'll never feel weird around other people. That's what you're mad about, because we naturally take over. We walk in the room, we take over. We're not trying to be, unweird or super cool. We are just super cool. That's what you're mad about. You can't change it. You tried to mock me and you can't do it.
Otherwise, it's just like a complete and obvious clown show. Here he is describing the just complete ridiculousness of the Democrats now applauding a guy like Dick Cheney.
And Scott, I'm just thinking back to your days working for that administration. Some of those voters who really loved George W. Bush, loved Dick Cheney, don't see themselves reflected in the current Republican Party or with Donald Trump. Do you understand that? What do you say to them? And what do you think this sort of move, the case that they're building, as Van was just talking about, says to a voter like that?
There's no question that
Hey, the thing about it, that nigga, he's another punchable face ass house nigga. Van Johnson, he a big time house nigga. Fuck nigga, Democrat. I know. Bitch ass nigga.
parties have changed. I mean, since the George W. Bush
I mean,
days,
look at his face. Look at him. He don't look evil. He look like a fuck nigga. He looks like a fuck. Look, if you was in high school with this clown, or one of my type with us, and it's not bullying. I guarantee he did it to himself. He just do fuck nigga shit. And it's not because no, I got homies that went that they actually did get to become lawyers. They wore glasses, they were smart, yada yada yada. Everybody loved them niggas. This nigga right here, so no, it ain't no. Well, he's smart or no, he's a clown. He ain't smart. This is a fucking clown.
Reports of Republicans that have migrated out, and some of them have migrated over to the Democratic Party. It's also true that the Democratic Party has changed. You've had a lot of working class voters, union members, and others who've migrated over to the Republican Party. So you have had some, cross pollination, some shifting coalitions. And what I would simply say is that Democrats have called Dick Cheney a war criminal for 20 years, and now all of a sudden they're clapping like seals to get his endorsement. This does not strike me as people.
That's what I was. My thing is like, wait a minute. And it's not nothing new. They're talking about all the Democrats who came over, and they got real reason. But you get Dick Cheney. But it is like y'all are the ones the whole time. That's what we keep talking about. Now the ones that came over from the Democrat to Republican, the 2 or 3 people I showed last week, they got real reasons. Even Dershowitz, all of that. They like this and that. This is just. But y'all got Dick Cheney. That's all y'all can get. Somebody who everybody thought was a phony Republican the whole time.
Coalitions. And what I would simply say is that Democrats have called Dick Cheney a war criminal for 20 years. And now all of a sudden they're clapping like seals to get his endorsement. This does not strike me as people who are interested in listening to your conservative viewpoints. They are hungry for power. They will take Dick Cheney's endorsement today. But believe you me, in their hearts, they wouldn't want to go out to dinner with Dick Cheney, let alone have him have any influence over the next government. And I doubt that he would.
Of course, and that literally, it's just as easy as that. You don't have to analyze it beyond that. RFK saw that clip, and RFK Jr., he had a great tweet. I thought this was perfect. Liberals, take note. If you support Kamala Harris, you are now on the same side of Dick Cheney. So I want everyone, for just a moment, I want you to think about your aunt who's, let's say, 50 to 70, or your cousin, or somebody, your friend or your brother-in-law, who has been a lifelong Democrat, and I want you to ask them, I dare you to do it. I know you don't want to talk politics with these people because they usually yell at you and kick you out of their house, but I want everyone to ask the relative that they know who was the Democrat back in 2004, what did you used to think about Dick Cheney? And then I want you to have them explain how they think it is now good that he is.
They're getting desperate. And this is crazy, but it's good. It's good. It's definitely good. It's a good thing. Keep doing more stupid, crazy